Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. For me, a live user since version 2, Ableton can do no wrong. Not that their products are so great, but my deep-fried meme brain has just become too used to hand-drawing MIDI notes in an Excel-style grid while clipping the master and conjuring CPU peaks with a janky Max for Live patch. Today we are going to talk about Move. While previous Bad Gear-worthy Ableton hardware didn't really tickle my fancy, this brand new 2022 leak incarnate, unholy lovechild of an iOS app and push 3 sawed in half and mom can we have circuit at home decaf latte macchiato drinker accessory was an insta-buy for me. At the first glance, Move is ticking OP non-boxes, an only seemingly label-less UI with more shift functionality than Minecraft, a microscopic yet crisp display, better Wi-Fi than McDonald's and a rage-bait rear panel for audio traditionalists like me. This battery-powered contraption comes with buttons for a TR-style step sequencer and boasts 2 MPCs worth of velocity-sensitive rubber pads with aftertouch, triggering a grand total of 4 tracks. Capable of spitting out samples for drums and melodic stuff and tones from Ableton's virtual analog drift and wavetable plugin. No FM or physical modeling will distract you from making music, but every patch can be sweetened with 2 layers of FX like redux, reverb or saturation. As you might have anticipated, control of these sound generators is limited to selecting presets and tweaking a small selection of parameters using the elegant-looking knobs with a plastic feel. You can save modified presets. The 4 tracks are managed within one of 32 sets. Containing up to 8 trademark Ableton Live clips. Maximum pattern length is 16 bars, which is cool, just like the somewhat raw yet nicely laid out clip recording and editing facilities like 16 pitches mode for drums. They even included an undo button, not that I needed one. While unquantized recording is almost possible, I didn't find a dedicated tool for trap hi-hat style ratchets, but Microtiming is easily accessible and you can crank step grid resolution to 64th notes. There are ample parameter automation options on a real-time and per-step basis. Both note and automation data can be captured from the machine's short-term memory even if you forgot to press record. There are no excuses for the bare-bones MIDI implementation. Connectivity is limited to 1 USB port. You have to give up precious internal sound generators if you want to control external gear, and you have to decide whether you want MIDI in or out. Pathetic. Sampling is one of the machine's biggest strengths, with up to 4 minutes of recording time per sample, a decent sounding internal microphone and resampling. 64 GB of sample memory is not much though. I didn't find a way to slice samples or warp them, but early adopters found a workaround for a lazy chop. While I'm missing a card reader, loading samples using the Move Manager over Wi-Fi is just one of many forms of computer integration. Full access to the file system, moving sets to Note or Live using cloud implementation of Ableton Link for syncing Move to your computer, and the machine can act as an audio interface and controller when hooked up via USB. Although I tend to be very skeptical about features like that, this worked much better than expected and might be a real USP for the live community. Given the minimalist approach of the machine, it goes without saying that you won't be able to open full-fledged live sets, and creating presets for Move in Ableton Live is still in its infancy stage. At least here in the EU, Ableton cut out the middleman, so I had to order Move directly from them. The machine is available for the price of a used Digitakt Mark I. The clumsy leak-based pseudo-hype train release of Move was greeted by a storm of controversy. Is the integration into the Ableton ecosystem a game changer here, or did we get yet another hipster groovebox? You have already heard the sound of the machine in today's intro tune. I would never just open a few Move presets in Live and call it a day. Or would I? Let's start this nice and easy with some good and clean 4 on the floor fun. That's a lot of switching modes when you need it the least, especially in a jam situation. Early firmware UI jank and limited synth tweakability aside, the humble selection of instruments can stand its ground sonically, and I like the overall approach. As mentioned before, Midi implementation is atrocious. Time to sacrifice one of the tracks, add an external synth and work Move saturation stages hard. No issues here, but I haven't found a way to create larger setups. No match to similar instruments by Polyant, Elektron or even Teenage Engineering. The pads are really nice though. Importing Move sets into Live works flawlessly. I wanna know if we can polish a quick and dirty 10-minute session into a demonic retro gaming electro-rock soundtrack from a post-DAW future. Verdict. Even I, the Giorgio A. Tsoukalos of music technology, have rarely seen a product release that was met with so much scorn and ridicule. No surprise given the lifestyle product marketing campaign, outdated cell phone CPU and seemingly underwhelming feature set. However, in this completely oversaturated groovebox market, I've yet to come across an instrument that allows me to turn a little jam into an arrangement as seamlessly as Move. Sure, the workflow is still a little rough around the edges and comes with a level of minimalism that is certainly not for everyone, but the overall concept is smart and further success of the product will strongly depend on Ableton's firmware update policy. All that being said, there is one thing that is beyond me. Why did Ableton put out videos of stylish people playing ping pong when the only guy capable of explaining an octatrack is on their payroll? Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below that support the channel regardless of what your Bad Gear gas commands you to buy. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel, and welcome to the monthly whatever shoutouts. There might be some sound design tools in Move that have slipped my attention today. Tier 4.
David and Derek.
FADC.
Calsynth.
Lovechild.
Microtiming.
Everett Dogna.
Candy Shaver.
DJ Venn Diagram.
Thomas Diefenberg.
Coriolis.
Brian Gregory.
Silicon bassist. Marino Squiddenhoven.
Thierry Delahaye.
Chris Sabolansky.
Tier 6.
Ivan Aya. Dagobert Michelsen.
Christina Jenny. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you next month.